So today's case study is about Marvel. In 1939, Marvel relied extremely on comic books and they created new characters like superheroes, Iron Man, X-Men, Black Man, Thor, etc. During the mid 1980s, Marvel Comics was well established as a market leader in the comic book industry. With a reputation for buying and reselling companies, they believed that Marvel could become a much more valuable enterprise than it was, and they moved quickly to eliminate unprofitable lines of business. In 1991, they sold 40% stake in initial public offering that raised $70 million. Until 1996, the company solely relied on comic books and toy sales, which led to bankruptcy in 1996. Post-bankruptcy in 1998, Marvel was working into five different segments: comic books, trading cards, toys, character licensing, and Marvel Studios. They created a real movie studio to fund and produce Marvel movies. Marvel premiered their first movie, Iron Man, in 2008, and the movie was a blockbuster. Marvel eliminated the Hollywood tradition of spending on glamour that was not helpful for movie making. Blockbusters normally require movie stars, but Marvel reasoned their own characters were the stars. Narration and storytelling was at its best throughout all the Marvel movies. One Marvel produced movie, The Avengers, it grossed $1.5 billion. At that time, it was the third highest movie. Marvel's characters clearly thrive best in Marvel's blue ocean of blue making. One day, Maisel proposed a new strategy to create a real movie studio to fund and produce Marvel movies. Maisel, a lifelong comic book fan, reasoned that by licensing characters, Marvel was unnecessarily foregoing large profits and making it difficult to bring characters together. He convinced the board of directors to allow to proceed and worked 18 months to eventually close the deal exactly as he described. While Marvel may be cheap with capital, they are rich with narrative and storytelling. Finally, they created a creative committee to craft the films to ensure the integrity of characters and storylines, which added value to the whole brand. A vital key factor of competition was Marvel's decision to control their own destiny in the movie business. Let's take a look at the value innovation concept of Blue Ocean strategy through ERRC Grid. Marvel has eliminated the competition in superhero movies franchisee by specifically attracting the non-comic book enthusiast to watch the superhero movies. They have created new demand and segment for movie industry. They have successfully reduced the cost associated with producing movies at extremely low cost. They have quite effectively raised the quality and content of the movies and attracted movie audience to appreciate and also bring in new audiences. In a nutshell, the superhero movies that Marvel has been producing have been extremely successful till date. Let's talk about the strategy canvas. So Marvel's recent popularity seems to be caused by its crazy flood of recent movies, which is going to make them seem more popular because they have more viewers in a given time frame. Hence, 5 points to Marvel and 4 to DC. Meanwhile, DC has been going crazy with TV shows for ages, and many of them are pretty popular, while Marvel seems to have only recently gotten into this area. Hence, 2.5 to Marvel and 5 to DC. DC has not had to worry about copyright issues while creating their TV shows and movies, which is something that has limited Marvel quite a bit. This gives them more freedom of creativity and plot creation. Hence, 3 to Marvel and 4.5 to DC. As far as TV shows are concerned, DC may have more live action dramas than Marvel, but I would bet way more people will recognize an animated Spider-Man or Hulk than any other live action Arrow stars. To put it simply, I would give 5 to Marvel and 3.5 to DC in this category. In terms of villain, whose are the most well known? We all know. Not at all DC. I mean, for me, DC's villain, the Joker, the Harley Quinn, the Riddler, all of these are names that most of the kids have grew up hearing, while until recently Marvel's villains were not as famous, hence 3.5 to Marvel and 5 to DC. By writing their films in a way that even the minor character in some sequel can come back in an Avengers title, Marvel is able to increase audience engagement, even if it is third Thor movie. Hence 5 to Marvel in this category and 3.5 to DC. In the end, I will say that Marvel is a lot better than DC and Marvel is most famous superhero hero platform. Thank you.